If you have a huge list of injuries, then you cannot get away with the same type of training that you did when you were in high school or when you were in college. You have to get smarter. If you're not getting smarter, you're probably not going to continue to be able to perform at a high level. By doing this exercise, we are forcing ourselves into several different positions here. We have our feet generally straight ahead because that is the way you should walk. If you're walking with your feet turned out, you probably have knees that hurt, ankles that hurt, or lower back that hurts. If you have back pain, 70% of the population has back pain. We want to try to point our feet straight ahead because our arch of our foot influences our subtalar joint, which influences how our knees move at the bottom, which influences if we can squeeze our glutes at the top. If your glutes are not rock solid, you have a problem and you need to go back and rebuild your training. Does not matter your age, does not matter your sport. Your glutes are the bottom of your core. Think of your core as having 6 sides. Front, which everybody thinks about. Back, which usually is in pain. Sides, and now bottom and top. Think about the glutes as forcing the bottom to squeeze well. We're here at Nashville Armored Combat today, and we were just watching some armored combat fighting, talking with fighters about what to do with injury. If you do something like armored combat fighting, MMA, you're in the circus, you ride dirt bikes, you ride horses, you do cowboy action shooting, you climb mountains, you do downhill mountain biking, you tend to hit the ground really hard a lot. And that tends to make your body work slightly different on either side of your spine. I was in the circus years ago, not a good circus, a terrible circus, we were not good, and I fell and I ripped my leg in half. I had it bolted back together. It took about 18 months and 2 years of physical therapy to really effectively move without a huge limp again. Occasionally I do limp if I do really stupid things again, but it's because my legs no longer can bend the same. One leg has zombie parts bolted into it so that my leg doesn't fall apart every day. When they bolt in those zombie parts, they're not exactly the same as your parts, so your legs bend slightly different. When you're trying to do things like martial arts or falling down for whatever reason, if your legs don't bend the same, then your hips tend to go out of level and that causes your spine to arch a little bit in some direction. Barbelling does not work super great for me because there's nothing in barbelling that forces me to do it right. A barbell is a symmetrical object with center of mass in the middle of the bar. This is absolutely fantastic if you have 2 or 3 hours a day to train and you don't have a stupid list of injuries like I do. If you do have a really stupid list of injuries, the double kettlebell squat will solve a lot of problems. Because kettlebells are an offset center of mass, I find that it forces me to line up my spine better at a lower depth. We squat to a box so that we know at the bottom our hips are level of the squat. We cannot tweak one side up of our hips because our knee doesn't bend the same. When we lift our feet up, we force our core to engage and we make sure our spine is in a straight line. Then when we rock forward, we are reloading and we are doing a loaded stretch for the knee, which I need to do every single day in order to keep it working right. And then we check the joints above and below it, the ankle and the hip. The hip is the spine, for lack of a better term. It's the bottom of the spine. So by doing the box squat with a foot lift, we are solving a bunch of problems inside of a squat. This keeps us from going as heavy, but that's fine because of the way we're doing it. We're making it more technical. Usually people get similar types of athletic development. For our box squat today, we are using Olympic plates. Olympic plates are a great substitute for a box. They weigh a ton. Because they're rubber, they tend to self-lock. It's very hard to knock them over. And we can adjust our height based on what plate we use. This one is set at, I don't know, maybe 10 inches. Usually I am now shooting to get down to 4 inches with this exercise. So let's chuck a plate out. With our kettlebell clean, we have 2 ways to do it. We can do thumbs up, which is more advanced, and we can do thumbs down, which is less advanced and safer. When our thumb is pointed down, if we make an error, then our elbow bends that way. If we go thumbs up and we make an error with the clean, our arms don't bend that way. It tends to be bad for people's elbows. Let's demonstrate it thumbs down. Thumbs start pointed up, thumbs point down, drive the shoulder down to connect to the lat. thumbs point back. Hike the way back, bring your hands up. Get your fingers out of the way. Kettlebells all the way together. Grab your fingers all the way down. Our goal is to get down, down, down. Oftentimes, this is where I have trouble because my left knee, this one doesn't want to bend. So I'm gonna find the box. I'm going to lean back, straighten my spine, lift my feet for just a second, rock forward, drive up, get down, sit back, lean back, lift up, touch down, rock forward, load the bottom, drive up, get down, lean back, lift up, rock forward, load, and drive up. Let's set it down, point our thumbs back, touch the weight down 12 to 18 inches out in front of your feet. So this is a simple exercise. It is not easy. It's a little bit more technical than other types of squatting. As you get more injured, you have to get more technical about everything. When we are setting up for this, we do our clean, snap all the way up. Our goal is to get the bells out of the way so we're not crushing our fingers. That sucks when the bell is heavy. Our goal is to wrap our elbows, generally more in front of us, and wrap our body around. When we get down, we pause. Right here, our knees are forward, our ankles are flexed. When we go back, we're gonna deload the knees, deload the ankles, straighten our spine. Now our hips have to be level. We lift up. That forces our core to be on. We put our feet back down. When we rock forward, you'll see our ankle load, our knee load. Elbows track inside the legs. Stand all the way up, lift your chest, drive all the way up. At the top, squeeze your knees, pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your glutes, drive your rib cage down. We are not chasing 400 pounds on this. We are using these new Mark III kettlebells, which I designed because I wanted to squat better. You're never done designing things. We can always make either a program better, a movement better, or the equipment better from now until forever. This is the Mark I, which we designed with bells of steel. It has 41 weight increments inside of it, 12 to 32.5 K. That means everybody, no matter how injured, no matter how crazy your spinal injury is, we can rebuild. We can do it with small weight increments like you do in barbell, but we can use a more technical version of it, like we just demonstrated, a box squat with a leg raise to try to force more things into alignment that we want to optimize. Straight spine, level hips, equal bending of both knee, equal flexion of both ankle. We went above this. We designed this bell, which is 14 to 40K. A double kettlebell 40K front squat is what I'm now shooting for, and we're gonna shoot for that at a box height of about 5 to 6 inches. 4 inches is what I think we can pull off, but if we get to 5, we're gonna be doing great. Every time the box gets lower, we have to get more core engagement. As we lean back and lift our legs up, we have to learn to line our spine up better. If you do things, snowboard, dirt bike, ride a bicycle, all of this stuff matters, especially if you do martial arts and you hit the mat over and over and over again. How you hit the mat matters, how you get up matters. Now we are expanding our ability to do everything better, and the goal is to make your squats more like barbells, micro loading and going up small increments so that we can guarantee strength increases, but I'm trying to force better alignment. I do this for me because I want to walk when I'm 70.